the kind you wear a tie. Button up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says the work can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got Devin.
What's up?
Devin, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
I haven't talked to you in it seems like forever.
It does seem that way, doesn't it?
It does. I'm glad that you're bringing the energy too. I need that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm here. I'm good. I took a couple days. Fine. I went on a spiritual journey. No, I just had to go. I just needed a couple days to myself, and then I thought I was good.
I get that. Yeah. No. I want to say probably like the past week. It's been rough. It's been no bueno, but yeah, we're here now, man. God damn it. And Devin,
Yes.
I just literally just finished watching this movie. This
For
movie
the first time ever, right?
no. So, this movie was requested by a fan, Kurt. But we watched Demolition Man. I came home from work, I put it on the computer, and I just finished watching it. And you watched it, you said, what, twice yesterday?
Yeah.
So, first and foremost, man, this movie holds up.
Movie's great.
This movie is like the best movie ever.
I love this movie. This movie is both aged horribly and aged amazingly at the same time. It's by quality, it's a timeless movie.
Yeah. The jokes in it, man, whew, I don't know. Some of them are pretty rough, but not most of them gold. Spot on. And okay. So I wrote down notes. I kind of just want to throw my notes out the window here. So, opening scene. All right, you got L.A. in what, 1996.
1996 was just like LA did in 1996. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. Now you got this Los Angeles Police Department helicopter. It's not like a regular helicopter. This is like one of those big 2 fucking prop helicopters like the military's got. And it's hovering over a building, and you see all these tracer rounds, these bullets flying up at this helicopter. The first note I wrote down, Devin, stormtrooper-esque aim from the people shooting at that helicopter, because that's a big fucking target.
I mean, Stormtrooper School of Aim, baby.
Not a single bullet hit that helicopter, I don't think.
Stormtrooper School of Aiming, baby.
My next
Best school to go to.
My next note comes to one of the next people we meet, Wesley Snipes' character.
Yeah.
Simon Phoenix.
Greatest action hero name of all time.
I gotta say, my note, Simon Phoenix, one of Snipes' best roles yet. Like, ever.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, Simon Phoenix is dope.
I missed that character. I forgot, I didn't forget the character, but I forgot how much I enjoyed that character.
You just need to make a vamp character now that's just Simon Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
Or just make a Bruja that's just Simon Phoenix.
Yep. It's gonna
That's
happen.
my next character. I'm just going to play a Bruja that is just based off Simon.
All right. So then my notes started kind of dwindling from here because I just ended up getting sucked into this movie.
It's so amazing.
So when John Spartan, another great action hero name, played by Sylvester Stallone, when he goes up to confront Phoenix in this fucking... I don't even know what this fucking place is. It's some warehouse that just has a shit ton of C4 and gasoline in it. Like that's all this
Yep.
warehouse has in it. So Simon Phoenix stabs a bunch of these plastic 55-gallon drums of gas, and it's all over the floor. And then he starts taunting Sylvester Stallone with a blowtorch, holding it down by the gas. If that shit was gas, it would have went up.
Oh, yeah, there was no way. Like, I was laughing when I saw it like the first time. I was like, yeah, there's no way that this doesn't. Like, he was way too close to that. That shit was lit right there.
Yeah.
He was at one point. He was like holding it sideways. I'm like, that flame goes out way further than the camera's picking up.
Yep.
He would have set all that shit on fire.
Oh, dude.
And then Stallone walks away from that giant ass explosion.
Right? But I mean, both of them do. Like he carried Phoenix, and he dove out that window, I guess.
It's so funny.
And then they found a bunch of the bodies from the hostages, and Stallone. They got pinned on Stallone. So then, both of them were sent to cryo prison.
I really want them to show us that court case, though.
Right?
Like, how did he hey, this maniac who is a known like repetitive liar and all these other crimes said that you knew the hostages were in the building, so it's all your fault.
Right?
Like, worst lawyer ever.
Well, what I don't get is they get sent to a high-tech prison where they're going to be cryogenically frozen in 1996.
Yes.
I don't know, man. When did this movie come out?
Movie came out in
I didn't look that up.
96?
Well, 96 was when the movie
Came out
was the opening scene in the movie.
Movie came out in 1993. So I guess they figured that 3 years later we were gonna figure out cryo freezing.
So the movie was released in 93, and they just happened to give themselves a 3-year window to perfect cryogenics.
High-profile case. Let's say it was a high-profile case. It took like a year of court proceedings. So I give them the benefit of the doubt and say like 1997 when they frozen.
Oh,
they have 4 years. 4 years
right.
to develop cryo freezing. We got this.
So I don't know what. I'm fairly certain Phoenix's sentence was supposed to be. First off, you figure somebody like Simon Phoenix would be cryogenically frozen with no possibility of parole. First off, but I guess they did have the rehabilitation factor in effect. But as far as Stallone's character, God damn it, I just said it, John Spartan. He wasn't supposed to be released until 2046. But because Phoenix escaped cryo prison, because they thawed him out to have a parole hearing,
yep.
And he was essentially rehabilitated with all these cool-ass fucking abilities that he didn't know he had. They ended up releasing John Spartan in 2032. Okay.
Well, because once his name broke out, they realized they were sorely unequipped to handle him.
Yes.
Like, the one part where the cops show up.
Hold on. I have a note on this. Proceed with extreme assertiveness. That was the recommendation.
I like to look at this movie as a prequel to Judge Dredd.
Oh God, no! I legit had to go look up the IMDb for the Expendables to make sure that Stallone wasn't playing John Spartan in the Expendables.
No,
he had the same beret. Oh, it's just a Special Forces beret, but I mean, it's the same one that he wore in the Expendables, I think.
He just carries it from movie to movie.
He does. He loves his beret, man.
I don't laugh at him like every Stallone movie. It's just like a cameo of the beret somewhere.
So, you get Simon Phoenix, and he's having his parole by the warden, right? He's having his parole hearing. And he's just repeating everything that the warden is saying, but he's saying it in Spanish. Dude, that pisses the warden off so much. So I'm guessing that the warden just hates Spanish. That's what I gleaned from that.
He's a racist.
I guess so. And then once he ended up killing the guards and taking the warden's eye to escape, okay, They cut back over to the police precinct, and you get one of the police codes start popping up on the screens, and nobody knows what the fuck this code is. Now I get it. You're in a future where like violence has been nullified and like crime just isn't a thing. Okay? But still, you're fucking cops, all right? And those cops are so bad at their job, they don't even know what this code is. And the code to me, extremely redundant.
Murder, death, kill?
Murder, death, kill.
Yep.
Like, couldn't you just call it murder? You know?
A lawful death?
Yeah, you know? So yeah, then that's when, you know, they use the security footage and you see Simon Phoenix and he's at like some kiosk that he just knows how to hack into. Apparently, that's one of his rehabilitation things that he got. And so they send like 4 squad cars full of cops, and they all hold up this stupid ass little computer, and it says, "I don't know how to proceed." And then that's when they tell him to proceed with extreme assertiveness, you know, in a stern voice, tell the criminal to get on the ground. These cops, my God. Okay. Let me actually backtrack on that one statement. Why are they taking advice from a computer? Like, do they not know how to like? They don't know how to deal with criminals. I mean, they are cops.
No, they outlawed violence. Like violence. So the premise of this society was they made crime illegal.
Right. Well, they made anything that was bad for you illegal.
But no, I love that the mission is like, we made crime illegal. Crime is already illegal. That makes it a crime.
But I mean,
they made crime illegal.
You
and
still have
everything violent stopped.
Yeah, but you still have these. They call them scraps or whatever. Dennis Leary's group of people in the sewers.
Yeah, but I guess that's more of an issue the guys are dealing with.
Right.
Because nobody really was trying to take them down. I think that was more of the, like, not the president, I forgot the fuck his name is, was dealing with them.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, they're like, I love the line of fucking who plays the guy sitting in the fucking thing when this is happening when he's like, we're police officers, we're not equipped to deal with this kind of violence. Who the fuck plays this?
Oh, that was
oh, god damn it.
Rob Schneider.
Yes. Fucking Rob Schneider. God damn it.
Okay, so that brings me this cast. I didn't remember that there was this many like good people. They're not all great actors, but like this was a good cast.
It was.
And man, I gotta say, Sandra Bullock, fucking smoking hot in this movie. I mean, that's not a false statement, but I don't know, something about her in this movie just. But yeah, you had Sylvester Stallone as John Spartan, Wesley Snipes, Simon Phoenix, Sandra Bullock was Lieutenant Lenina Huxley, Dennis Leary was Edgar Friendly. He was the leader of the underground people. Fucking Glenn Shadix, he played Associate Bob. I just remember this guy from fucking the Beetlejuice movie, and he looks almost exactly the same in both movies. Like, just that hair.
Yeah, he does.
You have Rob Schneider played Irwin. He was like the, I guess like the police receptionist person. And like they don't have to do their jobs to the point where he answers the phone as a real person and asks, "Oh, please press 1 if you'd like an automated response system," instead of the other way around. It's messed up. Holy crap! Jesse Ventura was in this movie.
Yeah, he was.
Oh man, I didn't recognize him. Jack Black was in this movie.
They have a bomb cast in this movie, man.
Well, these were like people like in the back, like in the
Jesse Ventura, if I'm
backgrounds.
not mistaken, was one of the guys that they woke up. He was the guy that I think that shot one of the dude in the chair.
Yeah, he played Adam Cryocon Alley. Jack Black was a wasteland scrap, so he was one of the sewer people.
Yeah,
Man, I don't really recognize too many other of these people.
there's Dennis Leary, but
Yeah, I already mentioned him. Uh, oh, Benjamin Bratt as Officer Garcia. Man, he had a twist at the end when he joined the Scraps. I liked him. God, this movie is great. All right. So moving on. Uh, so you get John Spartan thawed out now, and he's in uniform. Then they mention the 3 shells thing. That's like one of the first things once they bring him to the precinct, because he goes to the restroom, comes out, says there's no toilet paper. Then there's the 3 shells thing. All they have is 3 seashells. Now, Devin, you posted a picture earlier when we were kind of riffing on, talking about this movie in the Facebook chat.
yes.
Is that actually what you're supposed to do with those 3 shells?
So to give you an idea, the 3 seashells technically was created by. Well, it wasn't created. It was added into the movie as a gimmick, as a joke, because when the writer was writing the movie, or the director was writing the movie or whatever, he went over his friend's house and they had 3 seashells in their bathroom for decoration. So he just made it as a joke. But since then, people have hypothesized that would be the way to use the 3 seashells.
So instead of using paper and discarding the paper, you have these 3 seashells and you're supposed to discard the 3 seashells? Do they just have a never-ending supply of seashells?
Evidently. Or honestly, what I actually think it actually is, I think it's a 3-step process, and each shell is like maybe like a mini bidet.
Oh.
But at that point, I just say just get a bidet. Like that's my personal one, but I'm just laughing. Like that's the accepted notion. The picture I posted is kind of the notion.
Well, I think he had a phenomenal fucking loophole for this whole no toilet paper solution, and that was he fucking cussed, and every time you even swear, you get a violation and you get charged, and like somewhere around you there's a ticket thing that just pops out your ticket. So he just walked over to it and just started swearing at the thing until he got a fistful of tickets, and then he just walked back into the bathroom with his paper. Yep. So, touche, John Spartan, touche. So then they start talking about where Simon Phoenix is going to go next. Okay. And the police chief is like, oh, our computer is so fucking smart. It says that Simon Phoenix is going to find a place for a drug lab and remake his gang and open up business again. And Spartan's like, well, you're dumb, because this is the future. He's going to go for a gun. He's unarmed currently. He wants a weapon. And the only place that you can get a firearm in the future is at a museum in the Hall of Violence. I think all museums should have one of these. And man, Wesley Snipes, Simon Phoenix in this Hall of Violence literally reminded me of like a little kid in a candy store.
Yes.
I liked how the 2 people came in. They're not even cops. They were like museum security, I guess. And they all wear togas or some crazy shit, like kimonos or something in this movie, which is odd. And they came in and just started talking, and Wesley Snipes just shot them both. One shot, killed both of them. And I don't know. I can't get off this Simon Phoenix thing, Devin. Like, it's not just his character, but like the way he acts. Like, he's not just a psychopath, but he thoroughly enjoys it, and he's very.
He reminds me. He's very Jokerous.
Yes. Joker-esque. Yes. And even when he's in trouble, he doesn't really necessarily take it seriously. He's constantly like laughing about it. Um, but yeah, he is very that's a good way to put it. He is very Joker esque. Uh, so let's see. Um, Snipes, Phoenix and Spartan, they face off in the museum. They have a gunfight, and obviously everything gets fucking destroyed because anywhere John Spartan is gets destroyed. And eventually, Phoenix escapes the museum and then comes up and finally gets face to face with this Dr. Cocteau guy, right? Who's like he was the creator of the cryo prison system and the rehabilitation program, and essentially the savior for what is now known as, what do they call it? It's not not Los Angeles anymore. It's San Angeles,
Yep.
right? Which is the metropolis that combines L.A., San Diego, and Santa Barbara all in one like massive area. Um, and Simon Phoenix goes to try to kill this dude, but he finds out he can't pull the trigger. Now that's because of his rehabilitation, right? Because this guy is the
Yes.
one who he sent Simon Phoenix free, gave him all these gifts, these unique abilities, because he wants Simon Phoenix to go kill Edgar Friendly.
Yes, that's exactly what he wants him to do.
All right, and because of this rehabilitation, Simon Phoenix cannot harm this Dr. Cocteau guy.
I'm sure, yes.
We find out later on that, Phoenix has a few demands. He wants a couple other people thought out for a gang. And Dr. Cocteau did not do the same sort of thorough rehabilitation on these other goons. Because later on, Cocteau dies. Wesley Snipes, Simon Phoenix can't pull the trigger, so he just throws the gun to one of his mates and says, "Hey, I think it's time to kill this guy." Let's see. I'm trying to think of where else they went. Spartan runs up, chases off Phoenix, and then the doctor like acts like he saved him, and then offers to bring him out to Pizza Hut. I forgot about this. For whatever reason, I thought this was supposed to be a Taco Bell too. I think they did that in another movie though.
Taco Bell did it earlier.
Huh?
Taco Bell was in the movie earlier.
Where?
When they were first trying to rob the store when he went out to dinner with a chick, it was a Taco Bell. They had Taco Bell pellets, food pellets.
Oh, all right. Oh no, because you mean when the scraps were robbing the
Yeah.
truck? No, those
Yeah.
were Pizza Hut pellets.
No, it also was Taco Bell pellets too.
Oh, because I didn't see the Taco Bell thing because Sandra Bullock's character starts to explain because John Spartan's confused as to why Pizza Hut is apparently fine dining now, and she goes on to tell Spartan about how Pizza Hut was the only franchise who survived the franchise war, and now all restaurants are Pizza Hut.
Yeah, no, I think if I'm not mistaken, it was Taco Bell pellets.
Like in the Tums container almost?
Yep.
Yeah, see, I think those were Pizza Hut pellets. I don't know. I mean, maybe it was a Pizza Hut Taco Bell combo. I mean, I would not be heartbroken to have that in my life. But, hey, at least the future did one thing right, and pizza survived.
They went to Taco Bell. They're Pizza Hut pellets. There you go. Like I'm pulling it up right here. If you go to here, there you go. Copy. Here you go. If you look,
This would not be
right,
simply unprofessional without a visual aid on an audio podcast.
so if you look at right where I clicked it at, you'll see the Taco Bell sign in the background.
Let me pull it up on YouTube so it's bigger. Whoops. Oh, how far in did you clip it? Because I just
26
accidentally
seconds,
re-rolled
exactly.
rewound
26 seconds.
36 seconds?
26 seconds.
Let's see.
You see the Taco Bell logo.
Okay.
So I think they went to Taco Bell and they got Pizza Hut pellet. So everything is now a Taco Bell. Or they have Taco Bells.
Here's what's really fucked up though, is okay. So you see the Taco Bell sign, but then when this guy greets them, he says, "Welcome to Pizza Hut."
Hey, don't worry about it. But it's Taco Bell. Maybe. Taco
Oh no,
Bell
he does say
something.
"Welcome to Taco Bell." I swear to God, they didn't.
You just want some pizza, Webby.
I do. I mean, that's what I have for dinner and lunch.
You just want pizza. You just got pizza on the brain.
Ah, man, you right.
That's why I sent that message saying, now I want Taco Bell.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe it was... I don't know if maybe they made a different... No, they couldn't have made a different version. I swear to God, like I literally just watched this movie and they said that all restaurants were Pizza Hut. This guy said, "Hey, welcome to Pizza Hut." There's the Pizza Hut logo. Like, now I feel like I'm put on the spot and being a liar here. Let me get to the bottom of this. You just hold your horses. Anyway, what happened next there, Devin, after they had their fine dining?
That's when they caught the Scraps robbing the place. Hold on a sec.
All right, let's see here. Let's mute. I'm sorry for all the background noise.
So basically at dinner all the guests are questioning Spartan about his methods and language. He's all cool with it because he's a manly man, so he takes very much appreciation in the fact that people think he is both brash and unruly. Because this is the 90s, goddammit. Well, whatever. That's when he sees the...
Yeah, see, I knew I'm not crazy. Hold on. I'm sending you guys something for both you and Edquist's sake.
Yeah. So the Scraps, and then after that, Husky's overexcited, praising Spartan for his abilities. You know, she gets really excited because Spartan went hand to hand on those dudes. And being so excited, she gets all hot and bothered and invites him back to her apartment for some sex. In which, when they get to his apartment, she puts the helmet on him. But not the helmet you think he put on when he comes to having sex. An actual helmet.
I forgot about that. The VR helmets.
Yeah, they have basically they have Demolition Man created the Oculus Rift
For sex.
Which, let's be honest, the only good thing for VR is porn.
I mean, maybe not the only, but it's definitely probably the best thing for
It's the best.
VR.
I think it's the best.
All right, so I just sent you guys a clip. I think it's still loading on Facebook. There it goes. Now, I let this clip play through. They do show also Taco Bell signs on the window, but that is for certain a Pizza Hut sign where the Taco Bell sign is in that last clip you just sent me. So I think they released different versions of the movie for these two franchises.
You may be right. That's funny.
I guess this is the start of the franchise war. They used in Demolition Man.
Pizza Hut paid Taco Bell. Let's see. Demolition Man.
We're revealing a scandal here live on SU. Rob, you saw the clip that I sent, right? I'm not insane.
Okay, there we go. So it was Pizza Hut in the international release. It was Taco Bell in the North American release.
Okay.
Yeah, I just looked that up too. It's because they didn't have Taco Bells internationally at the time.
Yep.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, I'm game for both. But at least now we know that neither of us are technically wrong or insane.
Yes.
Because when you sent me that clip and I watched it, I was like, I swear to God, that was a Pizza Hut sign, but I'm visually seeing a Taco Bell sign. I don't know what's happening now.
I thought maybe it was the Mandela effect.
uh, so yeah, so they have the sex helmet sex, right? And then Spartan doesn't want that. He takes that helmet right the fuck off. He got weirded out. And he starts making a move on her, and she like stomps her foot and points at the door. She's like, "Please leave." And then like when he turns around
She says,
to
leave my domicile.
yeah, leave my domicile. And then when he goes to turn around to try to explain, you just see her point at the door more assertively.
Doesn't she say something about like we no longer do the crude exchange of body fluids or something like that?
Yeah. Because the exchange of bodily fluids led to the downfall of society, apparently. So there you go. There's that. I do like one thing on here. I mean, they did say that even to get to have children, you have to have a license.
I agree with that totally.
Yep, me too. Either you should have a license or you should have to pass a test. One or the other. I don't really care, but there should be some sort of testing involved.
I mean, there just has to be simple questions like, is the Earth round? Will you vaccinate your child?
Well, I mean, even some of those simple questions are hard for some people, but even some of the people who could answer those, I don't think should have children. So that's just my personal opinion. So what happened after the weird fucking helmet sex? Oh yeah, so he goes back to his domicile. Uh, he gets a wrong number call on his TV from a naked chick.
Yep.
And then watches a security footage of Simon Phoenix confronting this doctor and not pulling the trigger. So then he instantly puts two and two together and realizes this doctor is shady as fuck. And then he goes and confronts the doctor, shoots up to fucking the whole place, and then decides, well, I'm going to go down into the sewers and meet with the scraps because these people need to, this world is shit. This non-shitty world is shit, essentially. Has a burger and a beer. Finds out the burger's a rat burger. Still
I
finishes the
forgot
burger.
about that. Where she's like, do you see any cows down here?
Yeah. He seems somewhat disgusted by the prospect of it, but then the next scene you see him finishing off the burger, so couldn't have been that bad. He did say it was the best burger he's had in years.
I mean, to be fair, he was frozen for years and ate nothing.
Yep. So then they meet with Friendly. They kind of get his side of the story. And dude, okay, I love Dennis Leary, and I love the fact that even in this character, he goes off on one of his Dennis Leary tangents. And that being the whole, what would you do with, the freedom? If you want to live up there, you follow their rules. If you want to live down here. And then he goes off about, painting the town red and just rubbing Jello all over his body and running through the streets reading Playboy because he might have the whim to do so. But it was just that whole dialogue scene was very Dennis Leary. It helps that I love Dennis Leary as a comedian too. But
Does it?
then we get like the I guess, Scraps and Stallone versus Phoenix and gang shootout in the sewers.
Like they clearly missed him when it was so easy. Again,
Right?
Storm.
Yeah, they were literally above them, like 30 feet away.
I just kind of want to re-edit that movie and then cut to Ewan McGregor and be like, "I have the high ground, Anakin." And they're just immediately short failing. Like, oh, okay.
I also want to go through and put all of like the gun sounds as stormtrooper firing their guns and have like little like lasers shooting across the screen. Very obviously missing everything. So Phoenix escapes the sewers, steals a cop car, and then Spartan and Huxley steal the Oldsmobile 442 that was down in the sewers, whose God knows who that belongs to, but they took it, put it in an elevator, came up into the middle of a fucking car dealership, and then got into a high-speed chase. And then essentially, I mean, then you're rolling on to like the last bit of the movie here, where Phoenix gets away, Spartan gets encased in like this weird foam that I guess is like the futuristic airbag. Is that essentially what that was?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Which seems very very claustrophobic inducing.
Yeah. But then they figure out, okay, well, Simon Phoenix is letting loose a bunch of people at the cryo prison, and a lot of these people fucking hate Spartan, and so Spartan knocks out Huxley using the weird electrocution baton thing, the stun baton.
Yep. Which I love how he tested it the first time on the random dude.
Yep. He's like, oh, do these things work? Let's find out. They just touches some dude in the head, knocks him out. So then Stallone goes to the cryo prison to confront Phoenix. And my God, okay. So Simon Phoenix plays the crane game with Stallone, picks him up in like that weird crane, which then Stallone starts using the super cold air to freeze the arm so he can break it. And Phoenix, who has a weapon, sees him doing this, decides to run downstairs to where he would be, and then seems very shocked when when Spartan breaks the arm off. Yes. Then they get into a fist fight, which Simon Phoenix is technically winning. Like, he's whooping Spartan's ass pretty bad. Spartan can brawl, but Simon Phoenix knows kung fu. And then he goes to grab like a spear, or he grabs like a metal pole that's jagged on one side, and everything is wet because everything's been ripped apart and busted, and just everything's covered in water. And Stallone has one of those really long ass tubes, which is ridiculously long for the small little fucking ice pellet that it holds. Like, honestly, why does it have to be that long? This is like a 3.5 foot long tube for a little like marble sized ice pellet. I don't get it. No answers, huh?
I mean, no, I agree.
Goddamn future. It's the future. That's the answer.
It is. You're right.
And so, Spartan smacks this thing on the ground, and everything that was wet was instantly freezing. And my God, the visual effects of Simon Phoenix freezing, groundbreaking. I'll just say they're groundbreaking visual effects.
That have ever existed. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, okay. I mean, you do have to think that this movie was released in 1993. So 1993, those.
Yesterday, what are you talking about?
Man, this, I don't know. Okay, whoever Marco Brambilla is, he's the director. Demolition Man was his directorial debut movie. This guy's a fucking genius. Bring him back. I kind of want to know what other movies he's made. Oh, he's only made like 5. Demolition Man in 93, Excess Baggage in 97, Dinotopia in 2002, Districted in 2006, and Abominable in 2019. Well,
Hey, he has a recent movie coming out.
he has a recent movie one? Oh, well,
Did you see
Abominable.
2019?
Yeah. That's that cartoon one, right? About, I'm guessing the Abominable Snowman.
Sure.
I don't know. I know it looks like a
Yeah.
Pixar film.
All right.
Stupid fly. I will kill this fly. I'm trying to see. I don't think you.
I remember Dinotopia. I watched Dinotopia.
I did not.
That was a weird show.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Excess Baggage, although I can't remember what it's about.
Dinotopia was a mini-series. It was weird. It was like Lost with dinosaurs. It was like Lost, but they crashed on like Jurassic Park. That's kind of what it was. It was weird.
Yeah, I never saw any of these other movies other than Demolition Man. And I think that's the way I'll keep it. I'd like to think that I'm going to remember this director for his best work, being Demolition Man. So in any case, yeah, he freezes Phoenix, swings around on this arm because, he's playing a game of the floor is ice, and you can't touch it or else you'll turn to ice. And then he kicks Phoenix's head off because he's frozen, and it shatters. Then he blows up the the demolition lab, or the cryo prison lab.
You left off one of my favorite parts earlier, though.
I'm sorry. Listen. I'm kind of scatterbrained right now because Demolition Man.
It was the part where after the sewer, where they went to the doctor's house, and Phoenix was like trying to kill him because he was so annoyed, but he was brainwashed to not be able to. And then he just turns to one of the other guys and goes, "Will you shoot him?" and kills the doctor that was controlling him.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Oh, you did?
Not in order. Not in order. We mentioned that earlier.
Oh, I gotcha.
So
Okay, never mind. I was not there for that part.
it's fine. It's fine. We still love you, Rob. And then he goes outside, and then he essentially I guess the guy's a commissioner, the police commissioner guy or chief. He's all flustered and has no idea what to do next, and the scraps show up, and it's a very happy ending where he says, "Hey, why don't you get a little dirty?" Then turns to the scraps and says, "You guys get a little more clean, and then just live together." And then him and Huxley walk off together. Then that was essentially the end of the movie.
It was. It was fantastic.
It was a great movie. If you had to rate this movie on a scale from 1 to 10, Devin, how would you rate this movie?
Easy 8.
Okay. What about you, Rob?
I'd probably say 7 or 8. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to give this movie a 8.5 to maybe 9. Especially for its time. I think all of us would highly recommend seeing this movie. Now, we are only 40 minutes in. Devin, I have a question. We're going to change topic here real quick.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I started watching a show on Netflix.
What's the show?
Black Summer.
I watched all of it already.
I know, which is why I'm asking you this question.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode. Which was very strange. I understood because the jumping around, telling everybody's different perspectives, and how some of them even overlapped.
Mm-hmm.
Does the show constantly do that, or does it do that less often throughout each episode?
It does it less often, but it still jumps around a lot.
Ugh,
It's very much a
like
snippet show.
I don't know if I like it. I like the premise, but I don't know if I like the jumping around constantly. Huh?
It's a short watch regardless. It's, I think 6 episodes. 8
Oh,
episodes.
is it only 6? And that's a precursor to the Z Nation movie or
Supposedly,
show?
yeah. Supposedly, it's totally different though.
It
But
is. It is completely different.
Yep. It's supposed to take. Yeah, it's supposed to be Black Summer. When they talk about Z Nation, when it first happened, Black Summer.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Because I was trying to figure out what to watch last night. I had finished watching all of Legends. I'm all caught up on Legends now.
That's good.
Then I watched an episode of Peaky Blinders. And then I moved from Peaky Blinders to watching an episode of Black Summer. And then I watched from an episode of Black Summer, I watched the Marvel episode of Nailed It. And mainly because Felicia Day was in it as a judge. Man,
Yeah, I think that was really funny.
that fucking show. Are all the episodes like that? Does anybody ever come out making it and it
No.
actually looks good?
No, never.
No?
I love that show.
Oh, man. Me and my dad were laughing our asses off watching that show.
I fucking love that show, dude. That is my favorite
They
show.
they do the reveal and you just hear the nailed it.
Yeah. That was the show that inspired me to send you that purple cake. The purple lamb cake.
Oh my god, that's right. The lamb cake. That thing looked nothing. Can you find that again? I need a good laugh. That was good. So, anyway, I know we got a little off topic on that, folks, but Demolition Man, great movie. Highly recommend it for the younger audience. Also, highly recommend go see it. It's just a family fun movie. This Demolition Man. Everybody's so young in it too. But it was a long time ago. God, we're old, Devin.
Don't remember. Don't fucking remind me.
I know Donnie was going to join us, but when we started this, he still had about an hour left of the movie. He was also watching it. We just decided to start without him. And, yeah. All right. I don't know how to fill the next 15 minutes. Ish. Don't forget we have a moment of Zen with Devin, so you can get prepared for that, Devin, if you need to.
Yep.
I just finished watching Riverdale. That's good.
Riverdale is good.
Devin, are you caught up on that show too?
Not at all.
Not at all.
It's
All right.
good. I'm not caught up at all, but I know it's good. It was one of those things that I was like, I only have so many hours in the week. I like Riverdale, but
Season 3, I will say, very heavily D&D-esque.
yeah,
Mhm.
I know. Like, I follow what's going on in Riverdale. I just don't watch Riverdale.
Well, that's right. That fucking goddamn. Oh, I wish I could make it bigger. I can't make it bigger.
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
All right.
A bigger one.
I'm pretty sure that it was D&D. They just couldn't say it.
No, it
They
wasn't.
kept calling it
It
D&G.
wasn't. It's Griffins and Gargoyles.
I
Edquist.
know.
D&G.
I know. D&G instead of D&D.
It's nothing alike. All right.
Oh, okay, sure.
There you go, Ed.
Where'd you send it? Oh yes. No,
I
it
like
was.
how-
This was supposed to be a sheep or a lamb.
It's supposed to be this.
Either way, it was not. God dang it. I'm going to save this picture and I'm going to try to make this the simply unprofessional picture for the week. Oh, there's that fly. God damn it. It was supposed to. It's not even the same color! That one's white. Nailed it. That's all I gotta say. Oh my god, the top one looks like a purple fucking Jabba the Hutt. Maybe. Jabba the Hutt meets Flubber.
It's actually it's been nicknamed Jabba the Lamb, so you're not far off.
Oh my god.
Here you go, Rebs.
This fucking fly. I need one of those little salt guns. It's like pressurized. You just load it with salt and it's pressurized. It shoots like 8 grains of salt or something. It's something small.
Yep.
Start killing all these
Oh my
flies.
God. I just looked at it.
Yeah,
It's
nailed
a
it.
freaking triple slug.
It's the best. Oh my god, that face on the right hand side is creepy. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. That's all the notes I have on this. Well, I mean, that's about 50 minutes. I guess we can wrap up here if we'd like to. If you want to do a moment of Zen with Devin for the week.
All right. 2-part moment of Zen. Only going to do one quote, but I will say, go on YouTube, people at home. Go on YouTube and look up, if I'm not mistaken, it's called... Look up The Man with the 4 Wives. So there you go. That's one piece. The Man with the 4 Wives. Look that up. Learn from that. That's first part of Zen.
Okay.
Then second. All right. What true calmness is, all right? Calmness of mind does not mean you should stop your activity. Real calmness should be found in activity itself. There you go.
That's deep.
It's supposed to be. It's thin.
You know what's not calming me down? This fucking fly that's flying around.
You know what?
It's humongous too. It's the Stallone of flies. That's what it is.
You should find Zen and trying to kill it.
I'm going to.
There you go.
I need to find a rubber band. I can start shooting shit at it. All right. So there was your moment of Zen with Devin for the week. And that's all we got for you, everybody. So, Edquist, since you were the special pop-in guest, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X and on Twitch at ConfessorX.
And Devin, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at DMP_Pookie and on Twitch at WhoKilledMe. Also, as always, find me on eBay at Armor Hot Dog Theme Song.
Oh, God, I forgot. We didn't even mention that.
Armor Hot Dog Jingle, baby.
Just their radio station of just
fucking
commercials.
Radio station, nothing but jingles.
And as always, everybody, you guys can follow me on Twitter at JaxForestWalker, all one word, on Twitch at DMWebby, and on eBay searching for that armored hot dog jingle.
And on Instagram at Patrick.Webster52.
Yes, sir. Until next time, everybody, fuck Booster Gold.
Fuck Booster Gold.
I don't even have the outro music ready. Look at me, I'm so unprofessional. Outro music, here we go. This fucking fly, it's gonna die. It's my mission after this. After we're done recording, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna go fly hunting. Good night, everybody.